Hello, hello. Welcome back to You Have a Better Get My Popcorn Ready. That's right. Let me go ahead and test out, make sure everything's working for me right now. Ooh, it's working. It is working. How is everybody doing out there today? Let me go ahead and stop this right now. Bam. Let's get this out the way. Oh yeah. Let's see, activate source. Let's see what we got right here. Activate it and let's activate it. Hey, what's up, Carl? That's right, represent the UK, man. Hey, man, I love you guys from the UK. You guys definitely been supporting. Shout out to everybody from Ireland, from the UK, Great Britain. Remember, mind the gap. Mind the gap. Hey, what's up, Lexi? How's it going? What's up, Unknown coming in from the So I'm telling you, hey, other people from the UK be coming in and representing. Hey, thank you guys from New Zealand. That's right. Hell yeah. Man, I love you guys. I love everybody. Australians, British, New Zealand, Amsterdam, everybody. Canada too. Hey, my brothers from up north, if you will. What? Good. Been sleeping. Hey, man, I've been sleeping too. I had to catch some sleep because man, I was definitely sleep deprived, if you will. Let me see. Hopefully, everybody's doing good. Can you guys hear me good? I want to make sure you guys can hear me. Chicago. That's right. HBAM 365. Do the damn thing. That's what I'm talking about. All right. So this course should be starting up in the next moment or two. Let me see what time it is right now. It should be starting in about a minute. And for those of you that don't believe that this is actually happening right now, that this is real time, right now when the judge comes on, listen to the time and the date that he's going to be announcing when he says, all rise. Hey, what up? Morning from the UK. That's right. Syracuse, Nueva York. Hell yeah. Rep your city. Did you just wake up? Nah, I only slept maybe like 2-3 hours. I've been up. Jennifer? Keep tapping. Hey, if you're not tapping, saludos, Uncle Harv. I prefer to be known as Luis Harvey, if you will. Judge, it's time. You got to get up, Judge. Wake up, Your Honor. All set. There it is. Whoop.
You may be seated.
Thank you. Okay, let me get this screen here. Oh.
Good evening. This is the time set for the 8 p.m. initial appearance calendar for March 10th, 2025. The court's orders for the taking of fingerprints and DNA samples made on the 1st of this month will apply to all matters on this calendar. I will be calling each of you up one by one to the podium, where I will ask you for your first and last name and your date of birth. I will then advise you as to why you are here, whether or not an attorney has been appointed to you, what your upcoming court dates are, what your bond is if you are eligible for bond, and what your release conditions will be. You may have some questions while I'm giving you that advisement. I just ask that you hold your questions until I complete that advisement. The first person I'm going to call is
I'm here, been watching.
Mr. James to come to the podium, and then Mr. Martin, if you will please have a seat in the chair.
All right. Up next, let's see who it is. Follow the host. Thank you. Highly appreciate that.
Your first and last name and your date of birth.
My name is Marcus St. James, 9/21/76.
You are here today because you have a warrant out of Flagstaff Justice Court. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You will have an arraignment hearing on March 13th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $10,000. If you are able to post bond, you do need to make sure that you appear for your court date. If you fail to appear for your court date, any bond that you posted will be forfeited. Another warrant would be issued for your arrest, and additional bond could be imposed. So that takes care of everything that I needed to advise you of this evening. If you will step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork.
Hey, thank you, Unicorn. Hey, yeah, so I do these
Thank
every
you.
day, 7 days a week. So definitely follow so you don't miss out on these these
Mr.
streams.
Martin, will you please come into the courtroom? And Ms. Anderson, if you will please have a seat in the chair.
Next.
Hello, can you state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Yes, it's Eric Martin, 10291.
Thank you. You are here today because you have 2 violations of probation. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You will have a probation revocation, possible disposition hearing on March 17th at 8:30. Your first warrant for violating probation has a secured appearance bond in the amount of $5,000. The second one has a bond in the amount of $50. So it's secured appearance of $5,050 between the 2 cases. If you are able to post bond, make sure that you attend your court date. If you fail to appeal for your court date, any bond that you posted will be forfeited. Another warrant would be issued for your arrest, and additional bond would be imposed. So that takes care of everything that I need to advise you of this evening. If you have no questions, you step to the left. The officer will give you your paperwork.
I do actually have at least one quick question. I had been in communication with my probation officer. This is these warrants kind of came out literally out of nowhere. I literally spoke to my surveillance officer a day or 2 before that. They hadn't advised me of anything wrong or anything, and I was just kind of confused at this.
Well, the reasons is not just the having contact. It looks like you're not abiding by the terms of your probation. According to the request to violate, it looks like terms 4, 7, and 15 are the reasons for the violation of probation being filed. So whatever questions you have regarding your conversations with your probation officer, I can't speak to that. And I'm not the judge who issued these warrants. So whatever was presented to the judge who felt that there was probable cause to violate you, I mean, that's where it is, and I really can't do anything about that.
I understand for sure. Yeah, because I never said I wouldn't go to drug or treatment. I had
at this time, I
down.
just wouldn't. You just asked why, and I would just told you about the terms. I'd advise you not to get into it because you don't have your attorney here with you, and those are things that you need to address with your attorney, who will basically make that argument for you for the judge who's going to hear your case. Okay.
I guess I was just trying to get OR maybe that way.
I cannot.
No. All right.
No.
You ain't going nowhere, homeboy. Nice try, though.
Ms. Anderson, will you please come into the courtroom? And Mr. Guzman, if you will please have a seat in the chair.
Up next on The Price is Wrong.
So, Ms. Anderson, if you will please state your first and last name and your date of birth.
Alex Anderson, January 25th, 1996.
Thank you. You are here today because you have 4 warrants for failing to appear for a court date. An attorney has been appointed to represent you in these matters. On your first matter, you have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on March 17th at 8:30, and you have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250. The second matter, same, that you have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on March 17th at 8:30 with a secured appearance bond of $250. On your third matter, you have a status conference hearing on March 17th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on March 19th at 8:30, and you have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. And on your last warrant, you have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on March 17th at 8:30 with a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250. So your total secured appearance bond between the 4 cases is $1,250. If you are able to post bond, you do need to make sure that you appear for all of your court dates. If you fail to appear for your court dates, any bond posted will be forfeited, a warrant would be issued for your arrest, and additional bond would be imposed. That takes care of everything that I need to advise you of. If you have no further questions, if you will step to the left, the officer will give you your paperwork regarding these matters. Thank you.
Hey, so if you guys subscribe
Mr.
today,
Guzman, if you'll please come into the courtroom, and Mr. Martinez, if you'll please have a seat in the chair.
if you guys subscribe today in the smaller channel, I really appreciate it. We hit 3K today. We got 3,000 new subscribers today.
Sir, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
I'm gonna last the words.
June 9, 1997.
You are here today because you have two violations of probation. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in both matters. You do have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on March 17th at 8:30. One of your warrants has a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250. The other one has a secured appearance bond in the amount of $100. So between the two cases, your total secured appearance bond is $350. If you're able to post bond, make sure that you appear for your court date. If you fail to appear, any bond posted will be forfeited. A warrant will be issued for your arrest and you'd be subject to more bond. So that takes care of everything that we can do here this evening. If you'll step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork. Thank you. Mr. Martinez, if you will please come to the courtroom, and Ms. Pringle, if you'll have a seat in the chair.
How you doing, miss?
Hello, can you please state your first last name and your date of birth?
Gilberto Alonso Martinez, 82594.
You are here today because you have a violation of probation. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on March 17th at 8:30.
All right.
If you do have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $100. If you are able to post bond, you do need to make sure that you appear for your court date. If you fail to appear, any bond posted will be forfeited. A warrant will be issued for your arrest, and an additional bond would be imposed.
All right. Thank you, ma'am.
Sure.
Wait, what? Hey, so yeah, the audio and the visuals are delayed right now for whatever
Ms.
reason.
Pringle, will you please come into the courtroom?
Lots of probation
And
violations. Yup, 3, 5, and
Mr.
15.
Flynn, if you'll please have a seat in the chair.
Thank you for that, Danielle. Highly appreciate that.
Clerk, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Christmas Snow Pringle, 11/12/91.
You
Damn.
are here today for a new case. You were charged with one count of possession of a dangerous drug and one count of possession of drug paraphernalia. The possession of a dangerous drug is a class 4 felony. Possession of drug paraphernalia is a class 6 felony. I did not find possession of a dangerous drug, but I did find probable cause as to possession of drug paraphernalia. I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You will have a status conference hearing on March 17th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on March 19th at 8:30. You do have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. If you are able to post bond, you do need to appear for your court dates. If you fail to appear, any bond posted will be forfeited. A warrant would be issued for your arrest, and additional bond could be imposed. So that takes care of everything that we can do here this evening. If you will please step to your left. Yeah.
So I got a bond, pay a bond to get out?
Yes.
What if I can't do that right now?
You ain't going
If you can't
nowhere.
pay bond, then you will be held until your court date on March 17th.
Okay.
You ain't going nowhere.
That's kind of hard because,
You gotta go to work. You gotta take care of your
so why
mom,
is that for the charges that I got?
Part of the reason why I imposed the
your
bond
kids.
is I looked at your history and you
It's
have,
because I just got my kids back from CPS like not that long ago. I got 3 of my kids back. They're at the house unattended by themselves. Like,
well, then you might need to call DCS to come and get them.
Good luck.
I don't want to do that.
Well, I think that you have no choice if you're saying that your children are at home by themselves and you were arrested at 7:40 this morning.
Yeah, I was arrested, but it wasn't for something that I was doing. I was in the middle of taking care of that. I had to meet up with my caseworker. And I just got my housing voucher, so that's the only reason why I didn't take care of this.
What I found probable cause for is that you were picked up for trespassing. That's how the stop initially happened. And then after you were allegedly...
That's not really how it went, man.
Well, whatever, I'm just letting you know that the information that I read, according to the probable cause statement, I told you...
My boyfriend turned into...
Okay, we're done talking. Go ahead and step out. Mr. Glenn, if you'll please come into the courtroom, and Mr.
Up next on The Price is
if you'll please have a
Wrong.
seat in the chair.
Sheesh. Man, that tracksuit
Please
was
state your first and last name and your
one
date of birth.
size too small.
Jason Glenn, 7/21/74.
You were here because on a new case, you were charged with 1 count of assault with an intent to injure, a class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause as to that offense. I did appoint an attorney to represent you. Prior to making a determination on release conditions, I did review the victim impact statement. You do have an arraignment hearing on March 27th at 9 a.m. I am going to release you on your own recognizance. You do have to promise to appear for your court date. Do you promise to appear?
Yes.
There are some release conditions that you must abide by. You cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime. You cannot initiate any contact with the alleged victim. You cannot possess any weapons. And if there are any orders of protection or orders against harassment, you have to abide by those orders. You cannot reside at the same location as the victim, even if you are the owner or renter of the residence. You are permitted when civil standby with local law enforcement to assist you in collecting your essential belongings. If you violate the no victim contact order in this matter, you could be charged with aggravated harassment, which is a class 6 felony. Failure to comply with these release conditions or to appear for your court date will result in a warrant being issued for your arrest and a bond likely being imposed. So that completes my advisement. If you have no questions, you'll step to the left. The officer will give you your paperwork.
Okay.
Mr. Sidibor?
Oh, I did? I'll check it out. Thank you, Nicole, for letting me know. Would you happen to know what time it came up?
Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Kevin Stibor, February 9th, 97.
You are here today on a new case. You were charged with 1 count of assault with an intent to injure, a class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause as to that offense. I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You will have an arraignment hearing on March 25th at 9 o'clock. I'm going to release you on your own recognizance. You do have to promise to appear for your court date. Do you promise to appear?
Of course.
You do have additional release conditions that you must comply with. You cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime. You cannot initiate any contact with the alleged victim. You cannot possess any weapons. You must obey any, if there are any orders of protection or orders against harassment, you must abide by the terms of those orders. You cannot reside in the same location as the alleged victim, even if you are the owner or renter of the residence. You are permitted when civil standby with law enforcement to assist you in collecting your essential belongings. You are advised that if you violate the no victim contact order in this matter, you could be charged with aggravated harassment. You remember when I said at the beginning?
Yes, I know. I'm sorry.
So if you can't follow that small little request, giving me pause on whether or not you can follow these orders.
I'm sorry.
Okay. So you are cautioned that if you violate the no victim contact order in this case, you could be charged with aggravated harassment, which is a class 6 felony. Failure to comply with your release conditions or failure to appear for your court date will result in a warrant being issued for your arrest and a bond being imposed. Now you may ask your questions.
Is that a wig? It looks like a wig. What do you guys think?
The police can come with me to get my things.
Or is it a toupee?
Could I just have my mom meet me and bring me my dog?
No.
Oh, she's involved?
I mean, like, well, you can involve anybody.
Is she involved?
I'm telling you to go to the house. You have to go there with law enforcement, and you can only do that once.
Okay.
And you cannot initiate any contact with the alleged victim.
Was this a domestic violence?
I want to know who is written as the victim, please.
You know what happened. Do you really want to now go and put on the record what I reviewed?
Yeah.
No.
Put it on the record, Your Honor.
So
put it on the record.
To the left.
Thank you, ma'am.
Awa. Drop 1, flush 1. Stalking.
Mr.
Both?
Johnson, will you please come into the courtroom?
That's out the window. Get out of here. Shh, with your head down. Insulting the judge's intelligence. How dare you? And welcome to a new episode of
your first and last name and your date of birth.
Elijah Johnson, 10-7-87.
You were here today on a new case. You were charged with 1 count of disorderly conduct involving fighting, a class 1 misdemeanor, and 1 count of criminal damage, a class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause as to both counts. I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You will have an arraignment hearing on April 8th at 1:30. I'm inclined to release you on your own recognizance today. You do have to promise to appear for your court date. Do you promise to appear?
Yes, ma'am.
You also have the following release conditions that you must comply with. You cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime. You cannot initiate any contact with the alleged victim or victims. You cannot possess any weapons. You must obey any orders of protection or orders against harassment. You cannot reside at the same location as the alleged victim, even if you are the owner or renter of the residence. You are permitted one civil standby with local law enforcement to assist you in collecting your essential belongings. You're also advised that if you violate the no victim contact order, in this case, you could be charged with aggravated harassment, which is a Class 6 felony. Failure to comply with your release conditions or to appear for your court date will result in a warrant being issued for your arrest and a bond being imposed. That completes the advisement that I needed to provide to you. If you have no questions, if you'll step to the left, the officer will provide you with your paperwork.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, they're going straight to jail. That is correct. Hey, the Board of Parole hearings from today, six and a half hours of craziness, man. The chat was off the chain. It was so crazy, I couldn't even read the messages, man. There was 1,500 people watching.
The inability to function.
What
Ms. Banks is
same thing
in court because a warrant was issued when she failed to appear for a court date. An attorney was already appointed to represent her.
I was
She
about
has a
to fall
status conference
asleep in the
hearing
middle
on
of the
March
stream.
17th and at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on March 19th at 8:30. She has a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250. I will advise her that if she fails to appear for her court date, if she posts bond, that bond would be forfeited. The warrant would be issued for her arrest. An additional bond could be imposed. Mr. Alexander Stevens, date of birth July 21st, 1988, also is not present in court physically due to the inability to function. Mr. Stevens is in court due to a warrant issued out of University Lakes Justice Court. Due to the nature of the charge, Mr. Stevens is not entitled to a court-appointed attorney.
Yeah.
He will have an arraignment hearing on March 25th at 1:30. He will be released on his own recognizance.
A little
He
bit.
will be advised that if he fails to appear for his court date, a warrant would be issued for his arrest and bond would likely be imposed. I am going to meet with these two individuals. If any changes are needed, I will do so either in writing or on the record. This concludes the 8 p.m. initial appearance calendar, and we stand in recess until 11 p.m.
Damn, we gotta wait till 11 p.m. Hey, and I'll for sure be back for the 11 p.m. one. It's 8, let's say 8:20 right now, so 2 hours and 40 minutes will be the last stream of the night, and then we'll be back tomorrow. You know, tomorrow we're gonna be having some Board of Parole hearings. I know you guys like those, man. Hey, today I was short on sleep, but you know I wrote it out. Man, I like halfway or quarter through, or maybe almost towards the end of the stream, man, I was about to fall asleep, man. I was like done. I was like, oh shit. And then people were putting in the chat, James, don't fall asleep. I was like, ah shit, that's right. I can be falling asleep on camera. You know what I'm saying? If somebody's screen recording me, I might go viral, about to fall asleep. That'll be no bueno. Hey, so I want to go ahead and thank all of you guys, man. All of you guys, and especially the guys that followed today on the smaller account. Man, we had over 100. I've never had that many people on the stream before. 1,500 people watching at the same time. I think we hit 1,600, and we on the small account we ended up getting 3,000 new subscribers. We're up to almost 6,000 subscribers, so 4 more thousand subscribers for me to go ahead and get become part of the Creator Fund, if you will, in the UK. You know, shout out to the people from the UK, New Zealand, Australia, Amsterdam, and man, all you European countries out there, and especially the people from with the United States, Canada, Mexico. And if I missed you, it wasn't on purpose. But I appreciate all of you guys, you know, tuning in, whether you're tuning in on TT, if you're tuning in on YT. This is what I do, you know, this is what I do on a daily basis. Normally when I don't have to work. Tomorrow I have a little bit of free time before I head to work, so I'm for sure I'm gonna be on here. What we're gonna be doing, I don't know. The possibilities are endless. We could be doing Dade County, we could be doing Utah parole board hearings, we could do Connecticut Board of Parole hearings. Man, we could be anywhere and everywhere, if you will. New York in here. That's right. GG represent yo city. Damn. So so it's gonna be for you. It's gonna be in the middle of the night. So you might be losing some sleep over there in Miami, if you will. So in 2 hours and 40 minutes, let's say, Oklahoma in here. Hey, that's right. Represent yo city. That's right. Wendy B. And hey, whenever you guys are typing something, Border Patrol will be Interesting, right? You know what? Look, so whenever you guys drop comments, it's not that I'm ignoring your comments. Sometimes, sometimes they're talking, so I don't like to interrupt. Also, I have multiple streams going on of the same thing on different platforms. So I got 3 different screens I'm looking at. I got this screen, I got that screen, and then I got this screen right here to my left. Then I got my computer on the bottom. So I got multiple screens that I got to be looking at different times, if you will. Colorado checking in. That's right. Hell yeah. Hey, if you haven't done so, do so. Please go ahead and check out the new videos that I uploaded on the smaller account. I did a few different videos up there that I uploaded to the account that I hadn't uploaded. But hey, I would appreciate if you guys check them out. If you guys like them, drop a comment. And also, if you could go ahead and repost them, that'll definitely help me, getting the smaller account on the smaller, on the smaller streams and whatnot. Yeah, Australia, that's right. Todd, represent your city. That's right. Kirsten, it's free 99 to follow. Why wouldn't you want to follow? I'm not charging anything, and I'm not expecting anything from you guys. Gifts and whatever. None of that stuff is required. The only thing I do require and would appreciate was a follow, because those are free. You know what I'm saying? We got England in the house. That's right. Represent your city. UK. So I'm telling you, the UK, you guys from the UK definitely been coming in deep. So I noticed that today. You guys were in here deep than a mug up in here, representing Mind the Gap. You know what I'm saying? On the underground. Hey, thank you for that. Highly appreciate that. Oh, Carson. I thought it was Carson. My bad. My apologies. Let me see. Dina, let me see. Where are you doing? Utah. I am from. Okay, so Utah is gonna be tomorrow. The Utah stream start at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Utah time. I don't know what that time is, but they'll be on tomorrow. All right, so definitely be on the lookout, if you will. Let me see. About Mind the Gap? Hell yeah! I've been up to the UK, so I know what it is. I've been up to London Heathrow. I've been up to Gatwick. So I spent a few days out there. I went to the, what do you call it? A Stonehenge. I went out for what was it? A tea time, a noon tea time. I was drinking my tea like this, my eating some crumpets, if you will. So I'm a little bit, I'll be doing a little bit of traveling. So hey, don't be surprised if you ever catch me out in the UK, Europe, or shit, anywhere and everywhere. I love going places, if you will. And speaking about places, we're gonna be out in the East Coast next week. So hey, you might be seeing some videos dropping. Hey, grateful for what you do. It's very interesting, and I thank you so much for. Hey, thank you. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Cultured, if you will. Anyways, guys, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and cut the stream. Like I said, I do appreciate you, and I really mean it from the bottom of my heart. I love you guys. Hey, and I'll see you guys back in 2 hours and some change. All right, 11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's gonna be the last stream of the night. Hey, I am Collect Call James. You are watching. You have a Collect Call From. And like I said around here, life's like a candle. Once you blow it out, it's lights out. And with that, we're out. Rato. Practice rolling your R's like that. All right, that's gonna be the task for the night. Rato.